Oh my god, it worked. Okay. Um. Hi. Welcome to me, unedited, on everything. I don't think I can share my screen. What does this do? Oh, it lets me share the link. All right, let me put this on my Facebook real quick before we get started. Or started. You know what I'm trying to say here. All right, cool. Yeah, so I'm going to talk about St. Patrick's Day today and trauma. So, I'm not fully prepared because I didn't think it would work. Because I've been having trouble getting on the lives on YouTube. So, if you can join me, please join. Oh, God is. Yeah, this is wild. Okay, first time for everything, right? Right, let's do this. Okay, so today is St. Patrick's Day in 2021. Let me catch you up a little on what's been going on in my life. Where is there? I think. Okay. I think there's a person watching. I have no idea. So, hi. I'm like freaking out. I think there's two people here. Hey, I don't know who you are, but drop a comment and say hi. My name is Nina, aka the Pink Paralegal, and I talk about mental health and trauma. If you've watched any of my previous videos, I screen share and I show you medical stuff about mental health. I don't see a share screen feature on here on YouTube, so things are obviously going to be a little bit different today. But I have been trying to get the lives to work. It's the first one. I'm super excited about that. I'm a little flabbergasted. Sorry. I don't know. Let me see. I don't think this has a pop out chat. Nope. All right. That's all I can do there. What does this do? Nothing. And nothing. And more nothing. Okay. So there is no screen share feature on YouTube Live. I didn't know this. It's my first live, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. So give me just a moment while I pull up some facts on St. Patrick's Day. All right. St. Patrick's Day is a celebration, or the Feast of St. Patrick. It's a cultural and religious celebration held on the 17th of March, the traditional death date of St. Patrick, the foremost patron of Ireland. So, I am reading this from Wikipedia. And let's see, what does this say here? St. Patrick's Day was made an official Christian feast day in the early 17th century, and it is observed by the Catholic Church, the Anglican Communion, the Eastern Orthodox Church, and the Lutheran Church. The day commemorates St. Patrick and the arrival of Christianity in Ireland. And celebrates the heritage and culture of the Irish in general. Celebrations generally involve public parades, festivals, I can't pronounce that word, and the wearing of green attire or shamrocks. Christians who belong to liturgical denominations also attend church services. And historically, the Lenten restrictions on eating and drinking alcohol were lifted for the day. Oh, Lent! Okay, I know what Lent is. Okay. Which it has encouraged and propagated the holiday tradition of alcohol consumption. St. Patrick's Day is a public holiday in the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland, the Canadian province of Newfoundland and Labrador. That literally sounds like a dog. Is that? I have no idea. I'm sorry if I'd offended anybody. Labrador for provincial government employees. And the British Overseas Territory of Montserrat. It is also widely celebrated in the UK, Canada, United States, Brazil, Argentina, Australia, and New Zealand, especially amongst Irish diaspora. St. Patrick's Day is celebrated in more countries than any other national festival. Modern celebrations have been greatly influenced by those of the Irish diaspora, particularly those that developed in North America. However, there has been criticism of St. Patrick's Day celebrations for having become too commercialized and fostering negative stereotypes of Irish people. So that is, I kind of have to agree. It is very cartoony these days. I'm not Irish. I am Persian by heritage, American by birth. So it's basically that's actually pretty interesting. I don't know who's here. I have a like. Hey, can you please interact with me and put a comment? So I know that you're here and I can talk to you guys. Kind of part of what lives are. There's a little inspiration about St. Patrick's Day. I don't know if anyone's here because this is all very, very new to me. But okay, I'm gonna grab some makeup because we do makeup and we do mental health. I'm also gonna Google stuff about trauma real quick, which is usually how my videos start out anyways, with me Googling our subject. I think I'm gonna put on some music because it's awfully quiet in here. Do, 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 do. If there's something you guys want to hear while I'm gathering everything together for my Subscribes Live, let me know. For now, we're listening to Four Non-Blondes. I knew I should. Oh, man. Oh, whatever. I didn't know what's in my head, and I'm feeling all love with you. In the morning, I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high. You know, I scream at top of my lungs, what's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, hey, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? I said, hey, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? Oh, ooh, ooh. Oh my God, I try. I try all the time. In this institution, and I pray. Oh my God, do I pray? I pray every single day for a revolution. Figuring out what's in my head tonight. I'm feeling a little peculiar. Maybe in the morning and I step outside. And get real high, screaming at the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. Hello, there's a second person, so we're just getting set up. We learned a little bit about St. Patrick's Day while we're waiting for everyone to join, hopefully. Yeah. Drop a comment and say hi so I know who stopped by so I can thank you later. Trying to get that great big hero or destination. So I got a bunch of new makeup palettes. I went back to just me, I think. And they're gorgeous and they're amazing if I can open them. That is the problem we're having. So, all makeup companies, when you make these beautiful, beautiful packages, make them openable. I would much rather deal with something that looks a little uglier and is more functional. Because I want to be able to use your product, not just stare at it in the package. If someone's there, please say hi in the comments. Oh. Hey, we got some people. Hey, Mike. Hey, sis. How's everyone doing today? It's been a little bit more of a challenge than I anticipated to get these things open. I'm sorry about that, guys. So, I don't know if you know. I mean, you probably know, Mike, but I got my COVID shot, first one today. That's why I have some energy. Ow. We're almost there with this one. Alright, so we're going to be using these palettes today from the Wet n Wild Gothic collection. I think it's a Gothic collection. I opened these up yesterday on my Facebook Live. We're also going to talk about trauma because trauma is something that can definitely have lasting impacts on your mental health. So if you've watched my other videos, like I was saying earlier, there's no way to share my screen on here. YouTube Live doesn't offer that feature, but we can still talk. So I'm on Google, and we're going to talk about trauma. Google's definition is coming from our ever so trusted source of Wikipedia. I'm also using the Wet n Wild coconut primer today. If it'll work. It smells like summer. It smells like sunblock. Oh god, this smells so good. Okay. Psychological trauma is damage to a person's mind as a result of one or more events that cause overwhelming amounts of stress that exceed the person's ability to cope or integrate the emotions involved, eventually leading to serious long-term negative consequences. Trauma is not the same as mental distress. It's also associated with PTSD, injuries, and more. They made it sound like it's a sales ad. That's awkward. All right. So let's see what we can find. Trauma. That's how you pronounce it. Trauma. 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 All right. Other definitions. It's a noun. In case you wanted to know the part of speech, it's a noun. And I swear to God, like I would lose my brain if it wasn't like attached in my skull. Oh. So, there it is. So the face is prepped and ready to go. Now I need to do foundation. I'm using the new foundation brush that I put in my live yesterday that has a hole in the middle. Hopefully this will help me get more product and less, more product on my face and less just sitting in the brush. All right. The noun is a deeply distressing or disturbing experience. In medicine, it is physical injury, rupture of the diaphragm caused by blunt trauma. Now, if y'all know me, you know one of my obsessions is true crime. I love watching it. And Bailey Sarian is one of my favorite. If you don't follow her on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, you need to because she does murder mysteries and makeup on Mondays. And she is part of my inspiration for even starting my channel. I said part because other people have inspired me in so many ways, but she has definitely inspired me with the makeup aspect. Anyways, we often hear the words blunt force trauma thrown around. It means it's a really bad injury caused by a blunt object. Don't know? Now you know. Let me see. Anyone saying anything? Lol. Okay. Lol, Mike. Don't know what you're lolling to. Apparently there are 3 types of trauma: acute, chronic, and complex. This is provided by medicinenet.com, and I will go ahead and do my best to credit them. I don't know if I can add things to the video after it's done. I usually put my links in my description box. But let's go ahead and see what they have to say. They are medicinenet.com. Alright, so let's see. Alright. There are 3 types of trauma. The word trauma may be used in 2 different contexts. It means physical injury inflicted on a person by some external agent in a psychological context. The term trauma means... Oh, I forgot to punctuate very clearly. Period, in a psychological context. The term trauma means an emotional response to a deeply distressing or disturbing event. The event may be a sudden loss of a loved one, an accident, a rape, or natural disaster. This article agrees. Hold on. It wants to give me cookies. Okay, whatever. Just stop. I can't read it. Alright. Alright, so there we go. Now that pop-up is gone. This article will use the term trauma in a psychological context. So it does go into quite a bit of detail. We're going to focus on the 3 types of trauma for this. The 3 main types of trauma, which are acute, chronic, and complex. I would like to put the disclaimer real quick that I am not a physician, nor do I claim to be. I am not a doctor or licensed practitioner of any kind. I am a human being with my own mental health issues who wants to help others as much as she can. That's it. Knowledge is power. That's what I think. Alright, acute trauma. It mainly results from a single distressing event, such as an accident, rape, assault, or natural disaster. The event is extreme enough to threaten a person's emotional or physical security. The event creates a lasting impression on the person's mind if not addressed through medical help. It can affect the way a person thinks and behaves. Acute trauma generally presents in the form of, and it creates a bullet-pointed list: excessive anxiety or panic, irritation, confusion, inability to have restful sleep, feeling of disconnection from surroundings, unreasonable lack of trust, inability to focus on work or studies, lack of self-care or grooming, and aggressive behavior. Again, whenever we have a list like this, I like to just mention that it does affect every single person separately, and you could have all or none of these symptoms, or you could have one. Each person responds to trauma differently, but that lack of trust is something that is really, really hard to gain back. Just from personal experience. That was acute. No, it's not cute, girl. No, not acute. Not like a cute dress. Acute. Then we have chronic trauma. If you guys are saying anything in the comments, I am checking back. Interaction would be great. I am checking back and forth and back and forth. Okay. All right, so now we're talking about chronic trauma. Chronic is also the nickname for weed. I am fully aware of this. I am not a 420 channel. I may be in future episodes, but not today. Not today. So peel here. Oh Lord, more peeling. Okay. Chronic trauma. It has nothing to do with the term marijuana. It means lasting or long term. That is the form of trauma we are talking about. And let me just say, this is the Wet n Wild highlighter from yesterday's video. Even the holes in the highlight are fucking gorgeous. Look, it looks like a skull. I don't know if you guys can see this very well, but it's cute. It's cute as fuck. And I don't really like skulls, but this is all for St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Let's eat. All right. So chronic trauma happens when a person is exposed to multiple long-term and or prolonged distressing traumatic over an extended period. Chronic trauma may result from a long-term serious illness. Oh, what's up with this highlight? Okay, sorry. Long-term serious illness, sexual abuse, domestic violence, bullying, and exposure to extreme situations such as war. So a common trauma, PTSD, which is what our soldiers get after they come back from protecting our country. Without getting too political, sometimes I wonder what the fuck they're protecting by bombing random countries. But that's just because I don't always understand war. But I will always support our troops. If that makes sense, great. If not, so sorry. So, I've had domestic violence, I've been bullied, I've been in extreme situations. I would say it's safe to say that my trauma is chronic. Not as chronic as some people, but we all process trauma differently. And now that I am the place that I am in my life, I am trying to help others through theirs. Several events of acute trauma as well as untreated acute trauma may progress into chronic trauma. The symptoms of chronic trauma often appear after a long time, even years after the event. The symptoms are deeply distressing and may manifest as level or unpredictable emotional outbursts. Anxiety, extreme anger, flashbacks, fatigue, body aches, headaches, and nausea. And I just wiped off my eyebrows. I need to go put them back on. These individuals may have trust issues and hence they do not have stable relationships or jobs. I would like to say I think my trust issues are founded. They're not just from my trauma, they're just from crappy people treating me crappy. Because what? They're crappy. What do you think? Drop it in the comments. Cool. All right. Individuals have trust issues, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I have not had stable work in a very long time. I don't think it's all from the traumas. I think it's also I've had crappy bosses. And experienced, 4 recessions in my lifetime? That's a lot. I'm only 34, guys. Okay. The third and final. The final countdown. Okay, sorry. Complex trauma. The third and final trauma category we're going to attack today is called complex. Like a complex fracture. There's a whole lot of shit to it. Right. All right. So, before I get into complex drama, we're going to talk about makeup real quick. We're going to start by laying this one all over the lid using a flat brush. Wow, guys, this pigment is like insane. Wow, this is so silky and smooth when it goes on. These brushes pick up a lot of product. And the product goes on so smooth. I am super impressed so far. So I'm going to be doing a gold and green look today because it's St. Patrick's Day. Crappy people have caused me to question my trust in some people, but most people are awesome. That is so kind of you, and that is such a Mike thing to say. Yeah, I completely understand. Look at this highlight. Like, you can see it even in the camera. It's like in your face. You can even see the gold. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. We're gonna attempt to open this palette, this blush that we got yesterday too. This dark purple looking thing that's supposed to turn to a berry. You put it on your skin. So, what do you guys want to talk about? Because I can babble all day. I'm really fucking good at babbling. And yes, I'm doing my makeup in any particular order today. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little scatterbrained. Alright, I'm super excited to try this brush. So, if you look, it looks black. This is purple, so it won't show the color on the brush head right away. But, oh, it's a cream blush. Alright, well, let's see. Holy shit. I'm gonna have to buff that out a bit. The pigment is insane. You don't know if you can't really see it on camera, but it's really dark. Like, this would be really pretty as an eyeshadow, which I might do in a different video. I want you to see how saturated it is. And then here it is on my hand. It's like I bruised myself. Like, this is so pretty. But y'all, this is way too dark for me. I may use this as an eyeshadow in another video for a different look. Wow. Just wow. My hand looks bruised. It's fantastic. Wet n Wild, you have really improved since I was a kid. I will say that right now. Okay. Let's get back to some chronic trauma. Chronic that we can't smoke. All right. Chronic trauma. Oh, before I forget, we're going to go in with the dark green and put that on the outer corners of the eyes and into the upper crease. Chronic trauma is a result of exposure to varied and multiple traumatic events and experiences. Yo, this pygmy and the amount of glitter is insane. What the fuck just happened? Fucking pop-ups. Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay. The events are generally within the context of interpersonal, meaning between people, relationships. It may give the person a feeling of being trapped. Complex trauma often has a severe impact on a person's mind. It may be seen in individuals who have been victims of child abuse, neglect, domestic violence, family disputes, and other repetitive situations, such as civil unrest. It affects a person's overall health, relationship, and performance at work and school. So, if you want to see me experiencing my complex shit up close and personal, there's a video on my channel called 15 Years Ago Today. I talk about one of the most traumatic experiences of my life. It is raw. I cry, which is rare, but I do cry in this video. I cry quite a bit when I'm talking about it because when I talk about it, it's literally like I'm reliving it. And this is what trauma will do. Different kinds of trauma you will relive in different ways. That's just part of life. There's really nothing you can do about it. I am looking at getting back into therapy so I can deal with it in a more healthy way. But COVID has made things a little bit more difficult. Not impossible, just more difficult. So, all these colors are fucking bomb. I forgot to contour. Let me at least contour the nose a little. Whatever the type of trauma, if a person finds it difficult to recover from distressing experiences, they must seek timely psychological help. A qualified psychologist can help the person with the traumatic experience lead a fulfilling life. Therapy is not for everybody. Going the traditional route with medications and talk therapy is not for everybody. Again, I am not a diagnostician or anything of that nature. I am just a normal person who loves makeup and loves to help people and sees a hole in the mental health sector. I'd like to help fill it. Wow, this is amazing. This is the strobe stick, the highlighting strobe stick from the Gothic palette also. I got this lipstick a couple years back. It is a Lord. I want to say it's Revlon. Anyway, got it at CVS. And it's called Serpentine. It's a metallic green. Probably only wear this for St. Patrick's Day. See why. It's green as fuck. What are you guys thinking of the makeup? Much? Alrighty. I'm going to go ahead and include this link here in the comments in case anyone wants to read the full article. So there's an article from Women's Health that talks about trauma and how it affects your mental health. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I will put the link here in the comments. Also, abuse and other traumas do affect men and women differently, and because our emotional IQ, we process things differently. Okay, for my eyeliner, I'm going to use the Chrome ink from Revlon that we talked about in yesterday's live on Facebook. Somebody's messaging me. Okay, groovy. So we're going to go back to that. We're going to use this eyeliner. It's called Chrome Ink. It's by Revlon. We're just going to see how this goes. It's literally doing nothing. You know, it kind of like gave a little definition to my bottom lash line on the top. It did nothing. Revlon. You dropped the ball on this one. This is not a very good liner. Okay. Cool. So we're going to try a different liner then. Why when you want to look for something, it's not there? So we're going to go ahead and try the white metallic liquid liner. Also from Wet n Wild. Here's the tip. I am not fond of these applicators. I find them very hard to control. But we'll see. Well, it's a look. It is definitely a look. Not my typical go-to black liner. Kind of feels, honestly, like I'm putting whiteout on my face. Like liquid whiteout. Thoughts? Obviously, I haven't done hair. I finished the other eye and do mascara stuff, but it's striking. I can definitely say that it's a striking look. Yeah, what do you guys think? I'm not super happy with the fact that I have to keep re-dipping it because it's picking up so much of the other eye products that it's not depositing unless I keep re-dipping. If PTSD is what's interesting you, I do have a full video on PTSD with articles and links. You will always find links in the description boxes of the videos that I upload. I do my best to cite all of my sources. I want everyone to get the credit they deserve. This seems to be drying out already. I just got it yesterday, and this is the first time I'm using it. I'm not impressed. It is very white, that I can say. I don't know. I feel like it's not very consistent eyeliner. Let's put some mascara on so we can finish this up. Let me tell you a little bit more about trauma while I finish my eyes. Abuse, trauma, and mental health. This is from the Women's Health article, which is the second link that I put in the comments. Okay, so this eyeliner is pissing me off. It's hard to deposit the ink from my dark black mascara onto the white, which is pigment free, which is really frustrating. Okay. Abuse, whether physical, emotional, verbal, or sexual, can have long-term effects on your mental health. Trauma can affect how you feel about yourself and how you relate to others. Women who have gone through abuse other than trauma have a high risk of developing mental health conditions such as depression, anxiety, or post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. I have videos on all of these if you guys are interested or you want to learn more. I'm all about learning. Also, there's a lot of different kinds of anxiety. Just so you know. What they are referring to here is generalized anxiety disorder, which is the general one. When people are like, oh, I have anxiety, they're talking about general anxiety. They're not talking about a specific type. There are many, many subcategories of anxiety, and there are many symptoms and ways that it can manifest itself. It may or may not be so textbook. Okay, so the Wet n Wild is creasing really bad in my lid. I'm getting frustrated, so. You can get help to heal the physical, mental, and emotional scars of trauma or abuse. Not drama, trauma. With a capital T, we're gonna spill the tea, honey, in these videos. Let me put some setting spray. I'm gonna go back to that Wet n Wild coconut to set this with. Cool. Well, this is the finished look. It's okay. Overall, I give them a yay on the pigments. As far as their eyeshadows and their cream blush and highlights go, oh my god, so good. Their liquid liner, I mean, it worked, but you have to want it to work to make it work. This is my finished look. What do you guys think? Feel like you guys dropped off because there's 0 comments now. After I put my links. Thanks, Mike. Alright, guys, I think that's it for trauma and St. Patrick's Day. I'm going to go eat dinner and ruin this makeup. And I hope that you all have a beautiful day. Whatever is left of it. Have some corned beef and hash for me. Have some green beer. as usual, stay safe, stay beautiful, and it's okay not to be okay. Bye, guys.